Yesterday we got our first look at Sub-Zero's gameplay and I couldn't be more excited. I feel like it's been forever since we've seen Sub-Zero in something new in terms of video games and such. I know he was in Mortal Kombat X, which is like, a recent game, but that game came out 2 years ago and it's been a while since we've seen something new of Mortal Kombat. Even though this is not a Mortal Kombat game, it's just something that I feel like we haven't seen in a big while. I wasn't able to make this video yesterday because I wasn't home for like 2 days, and when I got home yesterday it was like the evening and Red Hood was out, so I just wanted to kick back, relax, and play with him and then deal with this stuff today. In this video I'm going to be going over all the things that I noticed about Sub-Zero's gameplay, but mainly focus on the new stuff that he has and tiny little nods to some other things that he has. So make sure to leave a comment down below. What do you guys think about Sub-Zero, and are you guys excited to play him? I originally wasn't that hyped for him. Like, I was hyped, but I wasn't that hyped for him, but after watching this I thought he looked amazing. Anyways, let's get right into it. Right off the back, we can see that Sub-Zero has a different mask than when he had on the first Fighter Pack trailer. In that trailer, Sub-Zero had his MK Deadly Alliance mask, and on the website, he still has it, so I'm thinking it was obviously just a placeholder. But even then, I think it's just going to be a piece of gear, which I'm totally fine with. I still like the mask they gave him in this trailer. I just like the Deadly Alliance mask more, since that's become the standard for Sub-Zero ever since Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. The Ice Shatter Anti-Air is back from MKX, but the Meter Burn version is new since it's a charge towards the opponent, and originally it was just a bigger Ice Shatter with a bigger hitbox. The Command Grab from MKX is back, and it looks like it will be attached to another combo string since that Command Grab wasn't in that string in MKX. Nevertheless, it's great to see it back since it's one of his more flashy moves that he has. Sub-Zero has his Ice Puddle returning, as it was absent from MKX for some reason, and I'm guessing it's an unblockable low move since that's how it's always been, and it looks like the startup is a lot faster than how it was in MK 2011, since the startup in that game was so slow. But really, the part where the trailer started to get some life was when Sub-Zero did his Ice Clone air projectile. I really hope that's an overhead, since Sub-Zero only had like one overhead move in MKX, and I hope you can control this projectile where you can throw a close version of that, a regular version of that, or a mid version of that, and a far version of it. The Air Ice Hammer is back from MKX, although the Meter Burn version of that can keep your opponent in the air to extend combos, instead of how it was in MKX where it just had a bigger hitbox, so I'm glad NetherRealm is giving Sub-Zero a lot more new combo strings. And here is where we get into his potential unlockable ability, because it looks like this is an ability that goes over Sub-Zero's slide, and the changes it makes to that, instead of Sub-Zero throwing himself into the slide move, he throws his Ice Clone into the slide move, which gave me a lot of Noob Saibot vibes. This also looks to be the Meter Burn version, and I can only assume that the Meter Burn version is a hard knockdown to the opponent because it sure looks that way, and the regular version is just like, a low hitting move. This is probably the only ability we know of so far, and we'll have to see some of his other abilities once his Watchtower comes about. We now have double Ice Clones. I think that's totally awesome as hell. I saw some people say that they have some problems with it, like it may be too safe for him and it's a little overpowered, but I honestly think it's just fine considering it's his trait. According to Tyler Lansdowne, his Ice Clone is his trait, like I said, which is a little confusing as far as I know because you can't meter burn a trait, and Sub-Zero clearly meter burned the Ice Clone into 2 Ice Clones, but my best guess is that his trait will be another charge up one, where Sub-Zero only has a limited amount of Ice Clones that he can use until his trait runs out, so you'll have to wait until the trait charges up to a certain amount depending on how many times you want to use it. Basically think of Supergirl's trait, but instead of the lasers, it's Ice Clones. After this, we get a look at his super move, which is absolutely godlike. I love everything about this super. I was afraid it was going to be a little underwhelming because I myself couldn't think of a super move for Sub-Zero when I was thinking about a possible moveset or something like that. But nope, it's nothing like that at all. It might as well be in the top 10 best super moves, at least visually. Lastly, if you didn't notice, Sub-Zero's victory pose, which is also godlike, is a nod to his spine rip fatality, as you can hear it once he pulls the camera up. Anyways, those are the things I noticed in Sub-Zero's gameplay trailer. Everything I didn't mention are just things that he has from MKX, and I don't really feel like I need to talk about that. But I'm glad he has a mix of old and new, unlike Sub-Zero and Injustice, where he was almost an exact copy of his MK 2011 version. I saw a couple people saying that Sub-Zero was just a copy of his MKX moveset and everything like that, and I think that's just totally stupid because he has like 4 new meter burn moves, 2 completely new moves, and we haven't even seen all of his abilities yet. You people seem to forget that Sub-Zero is a returning NetherRealm character, and he has more new things to him than most of the returning DC characters from Injustice 1, whereas they have the exact same moveset and nothing new to them besides the abilities. That being said, I know a lot of people are still happy with him, but I would like to know, what do you guys like the most about Sub-Zero in this trailer, and what kind of abilities do you think he'll have? Post your comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, please smack that like button, and if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing as I post videos like this weekly covering Injustice and Mortal Kombat. Anyways, my name is Brosport Productions, and I'm out for now.